By the way, did anybody finally contact you for that Charlize Theron look, the buzzed hair?
Nobody did yet. No, I don't think I didn't make a strong enough impact, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Right. All right.
We are planning, for those of us who didn't get to that conversation, we are planning to do an Indian version of, I don't know if any of you saw Mad Max. So Charlize Theron's role, strong, she took over the movie. She was the hero of the movie, according to me. So we're working on that together.
So Katrina says that if you can spread the message, if anybody wants to give me a role like that, I'm happy to shave my hair.
Absolutely.
Go for a stubble cut. So how many in the audience would watch a movie like that? Other than Sohail? All right, lots of other hands have gone up. So there you are. It will work. It will work. All right, can we have the envelope?
Well, today is about heroes in the education field. So is there something that you'd like to
absolutely
say about this category?
Absolutely. I think that, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me to be a part of this evening yet again. And I think I'm very lucky that, again, this year I got to present a category which, to me, is personally something that I connect with for two reasons. One is that my mom, who this year was not able to come, but she works herself in a charitable organization in education to educate kids very young, and she works on the curriculum herself. So it's something which I do understand the kind of work that goes behind it and the kind of work these amazing women put into doing things like this, and tirelessly, and without any recognition and without any a pat on the back, so to say. These are the people who are giving back to the world in a world where I think fear seems more real than love. These are the women who are spreading love and care in the world, and I think if we have a few more women like this in the world, it will be a better place. So it's really a great honor to be here tonight. And I think the recipient of this award, if I can announce her to come on stage, is Safina Hussain.
Ladies and gentlemen, Safina Hussain, a visionary in her own field. Her work impacts all of us in that it infuses new hope for the next generation. She tackles the root cause of gender inequality in India's education system with a unique reform model.
Right. Let's just quickly take a look, Safina, at some of the work that you've been doing.
My name is Safina Hussain. I'm 45 years old and I educate girls. Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. In terms of reach, in the last 8 years, we started with 50 schools in Rajasthan. Today, we work in over 8,000 schools across 4,500 villages, and we work with over 1 million children. We use our own community volunteers. They're called Team Balika. This is an army of young people from the villages that have joined us. And the Team Balika volunteers are 18 to 25. They're educated, they're passionate. What they do is they go door to door and they find every single girl who's not going to school. What keeps me motivated and what keeps me going are my two little daughters. I want them to grow up in an India where sons and daughters are equal.
Truly a woman of worth, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, Safina,
what? I invite all three of you back to the center of the stage. So, yeah.
What prompted you to target gender inequality at the school level?
India has the highest number of out-of-school girls anywhere on the planet. We have the highest number of child brides anywhere in the world, and the highest number of women and girls in sexual and other forms of slavery. And it was the humongous problem that confronts us in terms of gender inequity that really kind of pushed me. And we also have 3.3 million NGOs, and I saw that there was a lacking in terms of a scalable, replicable model for girls' education per se.
You mentioned scale, and that's a really interesting point, because when people start working on a problem like education in a country like India, especially for a private person, sometimes it's a very daunting challenge, because the biggest question you must be asked is, how do you make it scalable? How do you do more than affecting a small handful of people or just scratching the surface of the problem?
So are you asking me how you scale?
Yeah,
or-
how do you scale? And is that something that you kept in mind, that it should be something which can scale?
I think for gender, for me, it had to be scalable because gender is a mindset problem. It's up in our heads. So if I talk to you about the importance of girls' education and somebody in New York and then somebody in rural Rajasthan, nothing changes. You have to do it at scale. You have to get everybody to change their minds. You want everybody to believe that sons and daughters are equal and it's the right for each girl to go to school. And so therefore, scale was absolutely a non-negotiable for me. And you have to do it by creating a scalable, replicable model and having the right people support you.
Satyaki, you want to add something to that? Do you think a model like this could help spark a revolution in social reforms?
I think education is no longer a privilege. Education is a fundamental right. And I think education is the first step towards, unleashing the potential of a nation like ours. We need education and we need it at every level. At L'Oreal, we do a lot for education. We do it for our people. We also do it for women from different economic strata. We give them skill sets that help them live an independent life, from hairdressing to beauty advisors, etc., and we do a lot. What I'm happy about, and we do some scale. We do 10,000 girls, educate 10,000 girls a year. We give scholarships for higher education in science for women. But what I'm happy about is to see that these nominees who are all around, who are all winners actually, including you, have taken the challenge to the grassroots, and that's where I think the change needs to come. And we're there to help you scale up, if need be. Thanks.
Katrina, in a sense, again, looking at the scale of the problem, the large number of girls either keep dropping out of school, some of them don't go to school, some of them drop out of school, and for a variety of reasons. I mean, toilets is one of them. They don't have access to toilets and they drop out. This is something which we need more initiatives like this to try and crack.
Absolutely. As I said, I really do consider myself very fortunate because I am able to understand a little bit into the problem due to my mother, who does a very similar thing, not on the scale as large as yourself. But, beyond having said that, one thing which Safina said, which really struck me when I heard her speak, education, you are as powerful as what you know. And education is the way to change gender equality. It is the way forward when people talk about women empowerment. That is the way forward, is to change people's mindsets. We talk about so many other issues and aspects, especially in India, because we do have so many other problems. We have poverty, you have almost you don't even know where to start. But I really do think that the biggest change we can make is education. What you know is how powerful you feel. And for every woman, no matter what topic it's about, whether it's in your profession, whether it's for you personally to build strength of character, I do believe that education and knowledge is where we get our power from.
And actually educating girls or the girl child is sometimes a further multiplier factor, which really helps to transform a society.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said if you're, in addition to education in general being something really important, when you're educating the girl child, enough studies have been shown that really becomes a major force multiplier, and hopefully that is something we should focus on also.
Absolutely, and I think that's what Safina said about gender equality, working towards that, is so people realize the value and that there is no difference between a girl child and a boy child. Thank you.
Thank you all so much.